Hello and welcome to Dell's Gaming. I'm Dell and this is From the Depths. And we are in the bridge, or the bunker, because it's quite well secured, of the Atlantis. Because it is once more time for the little group and its big guns, or the big gun, depending on how you want to see it, to have a go at a little base which is up ahead. If I just put on the F9, we should see up somewhere up there in the fog, along this way, somewhere up here, is an enemy fortress or two. And can I see it? Can I heck now? It's up there anyway. You just have to believe me. Just if we go to the map, look, we're here, they're there. Okay, so that is what we are going to be going for today. We're going to try and get into and take this zone. So we got an 873 plus these two bases. So there's two bases here. We're going to try and take the whole lot on. We can bring in some support if we feel like it, with some alternative troops. We have everything from the Carrier Fleet to the Aquanautica Fleet can come in and help us if we feel it's needed. Otherwise, we are ready. I have made some changes to the albatrosses and brought in the new super albatrosses and rail elites, but they're for another day. We will set them possibly on this resource zone up here later on in the episode. For the moment though, I want to see if the changes I made to the Atlantis work, basically. So we're going to move up here, so we're at our maximum engagement range, just about touching, but in the area. So we actually see the troops. Now this could be, we'll do a pull all quickly. This could be a fairly long battle, actually, to be frankly honest. And I'll try and concentrate on the enemy rather than our own forces, and just let the Atlantis do its thing. Basically, it's either going to be a winning or not. It's a simple equation, really. But we're going to do this at range. This is going to be a long range event, and I do want to take on, although I could just take on this group, what I'm primarily going to attack is these. Oops, let's go into here. So I want to first of all attack that. If they bring in those other forces, that's up to them. Now, I reckon that I'm going to take on all of them. There we go. Why muck around and everything? Let's just go for this, shall we? It's either going to work or it won't. Now, one thing, I will change my angle because of attack, so I'll do that now possibly. I'm going to change just a little bit that way so that my main forces are aiming here, and the carousel on the back will then have a better shot at these forces here. So let's go on. Now I could bring in, you can see I could bring in the other fleets if I wanted to, because this is a largish group we have here. And I am tempted to bring in, because we're up against 20k and we got 2.5, I'm tempted to bring in the Sea Carrier fleet here. Just to see what they do, actually. Let's see if we can do a little bit of a... so we want the Atlantis in, definitely. And we'll bring in plenty of the normal ships, actually, without the Atlantis. So, we'll bring in... Can we bring in the Sea Carrier? So we can't actually bring in the Sea Carrier. Well, we might bring in... let's see if we can bring in a few of the Sea Falcons. Yeah, we can steadily bring in a Sea Falcon. So let's bring them in steadily, one at a time. If we get enough to suddenly bring in the Sea Harriers, sorry, the Sea Carrier in total, then we'll go for it. But otherwise, I think we'll go with them giving us some basically air support. So as they get destroyed, or as we get more points on our side, we'll get more anti-air ships coming in, and then eventually we'll get the Sea Carrier. So we'll have the Atlantis and the Sea Falcon of the Sea Falcon, and then we'll bring in more and more and more until we finally get enough to bring in the Sea Carrier. That way it mainly be the Atlantis doing the fight here. But yeah, so it's mainly the Atlantis, but we're going to get some support, long-range support from the Sea Carrier Fleet. I like, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. It's also interesting. You can see how far away the you're able to bring in a force. Now, I wasn't able to bring in the Aquanautic force, which was over here. They were slightly too far. So, looking at the distance from the engagement, it's basically a square, roughly. If we were to work out the measurements between there, I'm reckoning that that is about a square's worth. So, you've got to be within that sort of 5,000 meters. And I'm guessing, it's surprising actually, I would have thought the Aquanautics would have been in there, but evidently not. I'm not sure what the mechanic is there, but the Aquanautic fleet was, I think, about here, which I would have thought would be in, but obviously not. Anyway, it's a little bit evener, little bit more even on the numbers now, so let's start the battle and see what they bring. So we've got the Atlantis is in. I've split everything up a little bit. Right, I'm taking my troops down into the water a little bit. Right, they've separated from the main ship. The carousel is starting to fire, and his main gun is starting to go down. Interface dot off. Let's go and have a look at what this is all firing at, because we've got a lot of shells being fired this way. Now, are they going to bring in the ships first? Oh, we've got there. Now, I don't think they have. Where's the? They haven't brought in the bases yet, so we're going to have these big shells are going to be going against these items here. So that's what, NetsOfBees. Marksman, I'm guessing. What's this one here? Is this Thunder? I think this is Thunder, because you have Thunder and Lightning. Are you Thunder? You're Thunder. Yes. And you, what are you? What are you? I don't recognise you. Can't think what you are. What are you? You are a Dusk. Okay. Dusk. Excuse me, sir. You're going backwards. I don't want to be critical, but possibly going backwards is not the best option when going into a battle. But up to you. Maybe you have a secret plan. Okay, we have missiles going out. And that's one of our ships. That's a Falcon coming in. Unfortunately, he's going to be drawing fire, but they are a little bit of going to be used as a bit of fodder, as such, to draw fire. They're not quite fast enough to totally avoid all of those missiles, unfortunately. But our ship... Oh, we've got no fog, which is good, because I can see everything. So, well, we've got a reasonable frame rate at the moment. We're doing about between 15 to 20, depending on what's happening. So that's not too bad as far as frame rates go. Could be a bit better, to be frankly honest. I think I would prefer it, but not too bad. Okay, we've got a good missile barrages coming through. You can see plenty of cannon Dakar coming through here, which is what we like. What range are we at? We're about 2,000 meters, which is well within cannon range for our small cannons as well as the big cannon. Our Falcon's taking the full brunt of their forces. I think our Falcons are going to be basically cannon fodder each time, so we're going to take a lot of damage, and they're going to be taken out. Yeah, but that does mean our Atlantis can focus on just bringing the damage, because yeah, come on, let's the bees sideways. Come on in there. Yes, that's what we like to see. So it's a little... The frame rate's down a little bit on what I would like, but we've got quite a few blocks here. There's a lot of missiles. I've got to say that it's a little bit deceptive. Although it's only 20k, I've actually got more than 20k just over there in the Atlantis group. So we're actually running something like a 40k block battle here. Because the block counts here, where is it, at the top of the screen, only counts the main Atlantis body vehicle. It doesn't take into account any of the pods that were used in that system. Okay, so let's see, what have we managed to do? Well, our Falcon got taken out. We took out one of theirs, and they're now bringing, this looks like one of these eternal infinity combinations. So you've got one producing the other. Can never remember which way round it is. Let's just have a quick check. So it is the infinity producing the eternal, I think. We'll get to just check that. That's possibly an eternal, yep. As I thought. So we've got another Falcon heading in. Unfortunately, it may get a little bit damaged, but oh, looks like the nest of bees. Yes, you can see there's a lot of cannon fire coming in there. I think that finally did him in. Some of the shells are bouncing off the shield he's got, but I don't think that was going to survive against the shield and, sorry, the cannon fire and all the missiles that are coming in. And that was the Marksman down, I guess. Was that a Marksman? No, it might be one of the little irritations, those little flying little annoyances. Now, it'd be nice if our Falcon went after these. Is it actually going after this? I think it is, actually. He's firing his missiles. And is he going for these irritations? Because they are, as the name suggests. There's one. Oh, nice hit. Nice hit there. I think that's one irritation down. Ooh, getting a few little lag spikes. Still 15 frames per second, so not too bad. Don't know where those missiles came from to go after that irritation, but the irritations are down, which is a good sign. Where's my... oh, okay, there's the Falcon. Falcon going around for another run in a minute. So what have they got in battle at the moment? We've got... that's Thunder. Looks like he's having a bit of an issue. Did they bring something else in? Potentially over here. Still haven't brought a base in. This looks like another nest of bees. Once more. You can see all those missiles being fired out. And we've actually got two Falcons in. So it's obviously given us enough block advantage now to bring in some more ships. Now we'll have a look here at any particular damage. 100%. Everything on the Atlantis except for one missile pod is at 100%. Which is fine. That's the sort of thing I like to see. That's good. I might just have a quick check. I'm wondering whether the cannon or something actually hit it. That's a possibility. Now I do want to check one thing. I made a control block on the carousel so that if it runs low on ammo or power, it will redock itself. So it will redock until it's recharged, and then it will fire again. So yeah, that's firing. It's constantly firing by the looks of it. The shields are up, although the shields are occasionally going down by the looks of it, which is not good. Let's have a quick check on its power. Yeah, its power is definitely down. That's something. It's obviously not quite working as expected. Pity that. Never mind. The ammo situation is quite good though, so that's okay. Maybe I'll have to change this and not have the shields, or maybe increase its own internal engines a little bit further to get the internal power up a little bit more. Make it a little bit more self-sufficient when it's sitting out back there. I'll have a check on that. See what can be done. Everything else, let's see. Everyone else is sort of sitting out there, firing missiles, firing cannons, separated out, so we're not going to be getting targeted too much. Let's see, what's this missile pod doing? I'm concentrating, yeah, ammo is obviously the issues in some cases. I'll have to look at that, but the cannons are doing the job. Let's get back into the battle, interface off. We have missiles coming inbound. So we're firing missiles every now and again. It's obviously just having some issues trying to keep enough ammo going. Right, where are all my Falcons? Are the Falcons dead again? No, they're both 100%. I just have no idea where they are. So we've got NetsOfBees still. We're firing at a long enough range, actually. I don't think they can actually take us out. Which is two. Oh, we've got two more Falcons. The first Falcons, I think they don't last too long against that nest of bees if they get close enough. Which is unfortunate. Let's see the damage we're doing against here. I want to see them going against these bases. The base is interesting and something I would like to see. And it's got some good design ideas, which I did start to try and use but haven't completed. But it's got some good bits which I might look to use on the epic ship. Oh, some nice hits coming in there. Got him right on the broadside. AI dead. So the missiles did fire quite nicely there. And over here as well. That was... no, that wasn't Eternal. That was something else. I can't remember what it is now. Beggetor. An interesting ship. I think it's supposed to be a resource gatherer or something like that. It's a interesting asymmetric design. Obviously some work on it. It's a spawn. Is it a spawner craft? Well, it looks like yes, it's a spawner type. So, and that's one of the things I like on these. It's got these bays where they spawn from and are released from. Hopefully we'll see that later when it comes against the base. Alright, we've got two Falcons in here. One's just got damaged by the looks of it. Pity. Come on, Falcon. We got three Falcons in. Okay. Oh, they've got some, is that Japachis or Apaches or Japachi or something like that. I forget the names of these ones. Let's have a look. No. Japachi. That's some interesting ones here. What's we got here? This is the first. Is this the Griffin? Is this the Griffin or the Manticore? Manticore. I hadn't actually seen this properly flying. We always destroyed it too early. So it's interesting to actually watch it in this sort of situation. So actually it's got a lot of missiles sitting there waiting to fire. If it gets in range with those missiles, it could be dangerous. But we've got some... the cannons decided to target it. And we got some missiles coming in as well. Oh, cannons missed on that one. Although, looks like one of the missiles was an EMP and got an important strike on the Manticore. And then he's got this drop down. This is what happened last time we saw it drop down. It's a very nice design, just didn't quite get close enough to release its missiles before basically being taken out, unfortunately. So, it is firing his missiles at something now. That's possibly at one of the Falcons. Potentially, I guess. Another Falcon has got taken out. We've taken a lot of Falcon damage in this battle. So no, is that no, that's a Sea Harrier actually. We're actually out of Falcons. I think we're down to Sea Harriers. Oh no, we got three Sea Falcons there. Oh no, it is a Sea Falcon. It's just it looks different without all of the. It looks like another flying wedge. Yes, as that discussion went. I like my wedges. I have a lot of wedges. It's triangular. I like triangles. What can I say? Okay, so nice cannon fire coming in against this Manticore. Because Manticore. Now, wasn't that the? Is that the one with? Let's see. Wasn't it the lion's body, but it had wings? It was like a flying mixture between a lion and a unicorn or something like that. I get or was this the one with the? But it had a scorpion's tail. I'm not sure. I'm not up on my Greek mythology. It was something like that. Or am I thinking of the Griffin? The Griffin possibly was... I can't remember what the difference between the Griffin and the Manticore was in Greek mythology. Not really that important at the moment. Oh, we've got some rain starting. So, apologies for the rain on the video. I will have to keep an eye on what's around here now. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to see. Now it's going to rain and night. So it's a nighttime rain. So, hopefully... Well, there's a hailer, and he's taken out, or that Falcon got taken out. So we've taken quite a bit of damage on our side so far, mainly of the Falcons and that, which I knew were susceptible. Coming in bit by bit, they weren't going to survive too long. But they took the focus away from the Atlantis, so they were a distraction as much as anything. Let's just check the Atlantis. That's okay. Everything at 100%, except that one missile pod, which seems to be, you know, just doesn't seem to be healing for some reason. Let's just have a check. Can't see it on here, but yeah, everything should be okay. Can't see any reason why it's not getting healed. It's just not getting healed. Okay, what's gone wrong there? Thank you. Right, unfortunately. Okay, so is that the healer dead now? Okay, the healer is now dead as well. And the Griffin has also finally been eradicated. So we're down to 50-50. So we've got rid of half of their group, I would imagine. This is that Thunder. It's still surviving somehow, or is that just come in? I'm guessing possibly, whatever it is, it's just going out again. It's actually upside down. I think that might have been the Thunder or lightning underneath the water, and it wasn't getting targeted. So it's been sitting there, damaged, but not enough to actually make it. Ooh, yes. Screenshot for explosions. Big boom. Yes, we like explosions. This game really is all about the explosions. Without explosions, there's no point. We have to have the big boom. Right. What are you bringing in next? Oh, this looks like a biggie. Is this a devast? Oh, and we have... Is that another Manticore? Another Manticore. This might be a Devastation or something. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Desolation. Desolation. Now, it has a little spawner at the back, although he just got taken out, which was a Havoc. Which I think might be a little torpedo launcher. This has got a couple of big guns. Okay, he is actually shooting at his own ship now. Excuse me, sir. You're doing blue on blue. Sorry, look, not a good idea. Well, actually, go ahead. I see like I care. Right, we got lots of Japachis by the looks of it out here, which are going for some of our ships, possibly the Sea Falcons. Sorry, the Sea Harriers. But where's that? What have we got over here? Is this Manticore? Right, is this Manticore coming in, or is he being taken out at long range again? We've had another missile strike in at the Manticore by the looks of it. Yep, he's got that arse end down. It seems like very susceptible to getting hit in the arse, basically. And then that just makes him drop, as we're seeing just there. Possibly their rotors need changing to be the different type of rotor system and give a more to lift. I don't know, or maybe it's the other way around. Actually, they're all to lift, and they're not keeping the pitch angle correct. Okay. Anyway, that's for the designer of that to sort out, not me. I'm just here to blow it up. And how's the Desolation? Desolation looks a little bit desolate. They had a bit of a disadvantage in that they were aiming backwards, so that did not help them on the start. They didn't get a chance to talk around. He's dead. Okay, so because of this ruddy... Oh, firing missiles at, looks like the Sea Harriers, or Sea Darts. They're darts, I think. They're my Sea Darts. Are they going to get some... Oh, looks like they did get some hits on against the Sea Darts there. This, so he's still... The Manticore is still got a sting in his tail. And we got these ruddy Japachis coming through. That was close. Fired flares at his own ships. See, they're very good at shooting their own themselves. Then again, we do get that problem with our own side as well on occasion. Oh, getting a bit of lag here, so do apologise. As I said, oh, and they are repairing the Manticore. So that's interesting. Will it be enough to get it back into the battle? I don't think so. Big cannons are now aiming at it. What have we got in play? Well, obviously got all the Atlantis pods. Don't know why that one is not repairing. But hey ho. Sea Falcons, Sea Darts, Sea Harriers. So we've got quite a few of our flying ships in here. Whoops, got one that's not on combat. There we go. Some of them are damaged, but we have got some of them in. Oh, we got something over here. What's this? What is this? What is this? What was this? Paralyzer? Potentially? Potentially a paralyzer? A Mesha. Yes, we have seen that before, the Mesha, I think. They're certainly having a problem with turning upside down. They don't like it if they have to go backwards by the looks of it. And there's another one, yeah, so these do not like trying to go backwards. I suppose I should have let it turn around, but not my fault. Okay, so he's taking out the missiles as they are inbound, but the cannon fire is still doing a fair bit of oomph. Just blew off one of his PPC by the looks of it. Although he is repairing himself because of the base type design. And he's got that constant wave, well I guess it's a constant wave laser because it's not flicking, so that'd be constant then, wouldn't it? Yep. But you may be firing at one of our ships, but we are blowing the crap out of you. Look at all of that boom damage. Dakar coming in. That is something that the Atlantis is very good at. Putting out exceeding amounts of cannon fire. Although that laser needs to get taken out because he is carving into that Sea Harrier, as you can tell, because the Sea Harriers don't have any smoke. Earlier design, you know. So yes, he's on the way down. Not unsurprising, he has no anti-laser defences. And just see the way he's been carved into by that laser. Look at it, he's been totally and utterly cored. I wouldn't say lasers are overpowered, but they certainly have advantages. But we're not. Our cannons are slowly going out, and we've got some missiles coming in now as well. But we're obviously not doing enough to more than it's getting repaired. I have no idea what level I am now. What level am I? 424. So, ooh, more cannon fire coming. Let's go from here so we can see the fire coming in. You can see how many missiles are heading this way. Obviously, we've just had a big barrage. He's got in range for one of our missile pods to fire, I would imagine. So, although he has some anti-air, and I'm thinking that their use is going to be somewhat limited, because that is a lot of missiles coming in. And they're going for the base unit first. Oh, that's his base unit taken out, and now they're going for the top unit. Oh yes, swarm missiles. Oh yes, indeed. Oh yes, yes, yes. We like that. Look, there's more missile trails. I can't even see what's behind it. Significant missile strike, sir. You, sir, are no longer functional. They are repairing each other, but we've still got missiles coming in. So the AI is dead. They've got to finish it off. Can't let it repair itself. That would be bad. These Japachis are still flying around. It's quite surprising. There's a couple more back there. It's actually quite surprising they've survived. There is some missiles going in, and that being said, there's one just got missile striked, and that one looks like it's going to get a missile straight up the jacksie. You obviously got close enough for the system to decide that you are now a primary target. Japachi squadron being taken out by the missiles. Looks like air-to-air missiles, the way they're wobbling a little bit. Oh, dearie me. Yes. Says sustained by repairs. I think, though, that... Oh, no, just out of range. You were lucky. Very lucky. Right, that one is dead. This one is now dead. Just got the base unit, which will... Yes, he's because he's no longer got the top unit to repair himself. These two are repairing. The Japachis are quite interesting because they do repair each other and they're staying around. They're managing to keep alive a little. So we've got this Manticore has survived so far. Let's see how we're doing on blocks. So still about 50-50. Next would be our Sea Carrier, if it's going to be coming in, which would be a big blow to them and such. We've lost a lot of those first ships. I've got to say that's but I knew that would be the case. I put them in as fodder. That was their intention in many ways, just to take the attack away from the Atlantis. I didn't really need to do it actually, but it was an 804, so I didn't want to risk it. Oh, there's that nice swept wing design. It's somewhere between. Yes, it's yeah. Nice design there. Nice design. Whoever did that one. Looks like it's basically it's a thruster based. Don't see any wings as such on that. You got some ailerons on the end to give it roll stability, but nice design. Might have to have a think about that for myself. Okay, we've got a marksman coming in, and these ships again. They've come in and just gone upside down. We do not like trying to go in reverse for some reason. Not my fault if the AI didn't have time. They need their AI set to disable reverse. I think this marksman's okay because he works in multiple directions. But these other two, the lightnings and thunders. I suppose it's one thing I don't test enough with myself. I don't test to see my ships what they do when they go in reverse. I'm guessing they're okay. Right, where's all my ships? We have a Sea Harrier in, and that's it, really. Everything else, so we're down to this missile pod's 71%. Don't know why that is, but really annoying. Obviously, repairs still not working properly as we had last time we had the Atlantis in. So I'm just going to go and have a quick check, see what it all looks like. Right, because we've got a missile pod here. One of them is damaged a little bit too much, but are we seeing any no healing happening really? Annoyingly. Okay. In case it's something to do with being in the water, let's take you out of the water a little bit, see if that has any effect whatsoever. Oh, we've got a little bit of healing happening over here. I saw a tiny bit of healing happening from this AA pod. But that was it. I mean, it is feasible that, as someone did point out, you know, the repair bots are getting in there before everything else. But things like, if I just point here, what have we got here? That's at 100. That's at 100. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, this one's at 71%. So it's obviously taken some damage somewhere. Can't see where the damage is, but it could be. It isn't actually at 7121 because it actually looks like it's fully healed. I don't see why it's showing it, but I would expect some healing to come from some of these units, which do have some healing tentacles on them. Maybe I thought they had healing tentacles. Yes, they got healing tentacles underneath. So I would have expected them to get healed, but not. But no, this one is. You can see there's some. He's close enough, obviously, to do some healing. Maybe they reduced the range of healing. Anyway, let's get back to the battle. Let's follow these missiles. Where are you missiles going? You're going after those Japachis. Yes, I think the Japachis got a little close. You, sir, got boomed. Yes, Japachi squadron lasted quite some time, but they finally met their demise with the Atlantis. So now we've got to... What have we got left? We've got... we're nearly to the bases, actually. We just got to take out these units here, and then we'll be against the bases, and we'll also, I'm guessing, have the Sea Carrier is actually in. So the Sea Carrier is starting to bring in its ships, so we will have leeches very soon, filling the sky to come in and do their ramming dance on the Twin Guard. So this will be a combined carrier fleet and Atlantis. So Atlantis will be doing the long range. Now, while I like this idea, I've got an idea for how to use the Navarone bases in a similar way, in that the Navarone base will be over here. I say over here, over there. We're at long range, doing the long range fire support at 4,000-5,000 K, and then we'd have some other vehicle, possibly a flying vehicle, that does the distraction and brings the enemy into range. I'm thinking of how we could kite the enemy ships, actually, to bring them in range of something very destructive like the Navarone base or the Atlantis. Make them chase you into range. Don't know if that is feasible or will work, but I quite like the idea of it. This Marksman takes quite a bit of damage, I've got to say. Using the base as a spawner point and repair base. Obviously it eventually dies and there's enough torpedoes coming in here that we are taking it out quite happily, and now he's going into the water. Oh, I should do some long-range torpedoes for the Navarone base. Start them out as a vertical launched missile, which has got very little actual fuel for its only has one short-range thruster that only fires for a few seconds, fires it out towards the enemy, and then it goes into torpedo mode. That sounds interesting. Might have to investigate that. Okay, we've got a that's a Sea Falcon coming in from the Sea Harrier group, and he's gone straight into the water, which is an interesting concept. And we've got, oh, there's one of our darts coming in. So we've got troops starting to come in from the enemy. Sorry, from the enemy? From the Sea Carrier. But yeah, the Sea Falcon took a bit too much damage. I may need to have a look at them, maybe get their speed up. The Sea Falcon 2s were... I haven't tested them recently. They were getting about 100 meters a second, but I think when they get close and start turning, their speed reduces a little too much. Might have to rework them with a custom jet engines, because we haven't done custom jet engines yet. I haven't mucked around with them enough to do a how-to, because well, I need to have a muck around with them in the campaign, I think. But maybe that's a time for saying, oh, what have we got down there? Is that another one of these? Oh no. You know, the one I hate is that missile battery under the water. We do have torpedoes that can take them out now, at least. But that was annoying. Right, so our Sea Falcon is taking a bit of thing. But see, these guys are... You see how they're repairing each other at quite a long range. But it doesn't work when you're in the Atlantis, which is just annoying. Okay, well, we need these guys to be taken out. At the moment, the Atlantis is... I think it is firing. Is the Atlantis firing? Maybe it sees these as too small. There is some... fire coming in, but it's not substantial. I'm thinking our carousel is waiting for a larger target to come into range. What range have we got? 2,500, so it's within range. What's that over there? Is that one of these bases? Ah, yes, it's one of the Terravores. I think it's a Terravore. Now this is an interesting base. Let's go and have a look at this base. Let's check it is the Terravore. Terravore. Now, things I like on this, obviously it's lasers. Now, one thing I like is these spawning bays. I think these are quite good. Look how it's been designed specifically for this ship. They are only a small ship, these Irritations, but it has a nice little build and launch bay. It's very tight, as you can see, but it's close enough, and it's only a small ship. I don't think it would be great if this was a very big ship, but it's okay for a small ship. Now, let's see, we've got... Oh, now our cannons are definitely focusing on here. And they're coming in with significant dagger. And I would expect some... Although he's got anti-laser systems, so possibly our missiles won't be getting through, but I'm guessing there's some big shells coming in here. That's definitely going to be the carousel is coming in with enough aerial effect weaponry here that the poor things didn't get blasted. It would have been interesting if both came in at the same time. That would have been an interesting issue or concept. I could raise the block count. I've got a hankering to do it, but I don't want to do it in the middle of the game, just in case it crashes and we lose everything we've done so far, which would be annoying. Oh, are these missiles going to get in? Not quite. I think they're just a little too far away. Sorry, they're the anti-laser system's just taken them out. This is one of those times where if they all came in at the same time or closer together, would they overload? Oh, they're just almost overloading the system. The frags are starting to hit. So that they were starting. So I was saying, if they were closer together, you've got the anti-laser system would not be able to target them all at the same time, so a percentage would get through. The minus side would be that if you had explosives in them, the hit on one could blow up all of the missiles around it. That's where, if this was a big enough structure, this is a big enough structure, on the big structures, using a infrared camera with random blocks would mean they would split up, which is what we've done on, well, the Navarone base. The ICBMs on that were designed for this in mind. Oh, we got another missile. So they're getting taken out at long range now, but they're doing enough that it's getting closer and closer. Hopefully. We'll see if that comes through. He's still spawning these irritations as the ones get destroyed out there. He spawns more in here, which is fine. The basic spawning mechanics we have. Our sea carrier has launched loads of ships. We have some coming in. We have some of our air-to-air ships going after these irritations, not quite impacting with those missiles. And then deciding to go into the water. Possibly the lasers here did take him out. Oh, nice. We're getting good hits in now. The cannons are doing the business and gradually wearing down this Terravore. I think we've got one more. Or is that him destroying, disintegrating? I think so. Yes. 2 damaged. We have some irritations out there, which are being an irritation, but they are being taken out. So we've got one more base to take out, and then that will be the end of this little issue, or this group. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Oh, leeches. You can see we could have leeches coming in against this base. That'll be interesting if this happens. Let's see. They seem to have grabbed hold of an irritation. This could be, yes. Yes. That was a bit of a kamikaze kill. Got the irritation, but destroyed himself at the same time. Nice on you. That's the sort of thing we'd like to see with our leeches. Okay, so we have another one inbound. Another Terravore. Just launched a couple of irritations. But our leeches are now heading in and will be trying to do significant damage. I'm expecting a Dakar to be landing at any time soon. Terravore calling Dakar inbound. Have we got an AI dead already on this base? Did our torps just take out this base or something? Or was it something else? Because there is a significant number of torps in the water around here. As you can see, coming in from the base. It is feasible that we blew it up before it could even do any real damage. Torpedoes are slow, but when they hit, it's big bada boom. Booms. Big boom. Big bada boom. And we have leeches have also hooked him. Now they're not to be pulled in, they're just going to get pulled in to do some extra damage with any luck. We might see a Leech Kamikaze situation. Oh yes, coming in. And wallop. Don't think he did any damage whatsoever, but it's fun to see. We like seeing the leeches do their thing, and his spinning thing is still coming in, and he's going to be ripping up as he goes through, hopefully. Oops. Oh. Well, that was a little unexpected. Oh well, they are a bit dumb, really. They blew themselves up. It happens. So we've got missiles coming in quite nicely. I think he is survived. He's not firing. So the torpedoes must have done enough damage to basically take him out early on. So now we're just basically knocking him down. Although it's not saying AI dead. Oh, it's saying, is that 2 damaged? No, that's the items that have been repaired. There is some text there. I think it says 2 damaged. Yep, it is 2 damaged. So we've still got a few items flying, some irritations, but I think in general that is them fairly much taken out. Yes, 2 damaged, and the other ones are the spawned vehicles that are showing there. So combined Sea Carrier and Atlantis fleets take out 2 Terravore bases and a nearly 900 point square. So very effective. And damage wise, the Atlantis took nothing really. There's that one pod which still has not repaired, which I still do not know why it will not repair. Why will you not? That could be an error actually. That's 71%. It might actually be at full health. It's just showing 71% potentially, I suppose. We had quite a bit of damage from the early ships coming in, Sea Falcons, etc. Maybe I should have just set it to try and bring in the Sea Carrier earlier, but we did lose a lot of initial vehicles, which, yeah, as I said, they were fodder. They were just distractions for the main fleet coming in. But generally, we'll just get over here towards the Atlantis. With all of the blocks now in, with all the spawned craft, it has become laggy. We're down to about 15 frames per second. Okay, battle over. And now it's gone up to about 20 frames per second after that. So we, certainly putting in the fleets doesn't help. Right, let's just take out the whole of the carrier fleet. I'll sort them out later. So now, once we've done that, our frame rate's gone up to like high 30s. So having that high block count. So with just the Atlantis fleet in here, yeah, we're in high 30 frames per second. But put the carrier fleet in, so it's purely a block count issue. But yeah, we were saying about block counts that, and this is why this is a laggy fleet. This particular vessel, the Atlantis, is 6,500, and that's what appears in the battle fleet. But this on its own is another 6,000. So, and then each of these gun pods is another 1,000. So roughly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got about 30,000 blocks. Well, 25,000. Say 25,000 blocks, something like that, with everything here spawned in without the enemy. Although it's only counting as 6. So as I said earlier, when we were in the battle, we had maybe about 10-15,000 of the enemy. You say 10,000 for the enemy. It was actually up a bit. 15 there, another 20 here. So we were, as I say, nearly 30 odd thousand blocks. That's why it was showing such lag. But otherwise, I'm actually happy with what the Atlantis has done there and what it managed to do, which is good. We'll just have a look at the map and see what is next. We'll bring the Atlantis, is going to be moving itself up slowly to the other side, a protection for here. One thing I'm going to look at next is we've got this big lander mass here, where we've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 land-based attacks. So in the builds we're going to be doing in the next little while, I think after this, I'm going to focus on getting some tank and land vehicle. Now what I'm going to look at is a landing vehicle which runs up to the beach, and then once it's on the beach it spawns in the tanks, which then trundle off and do whatever damage to the land vehicle, to out on the land. Now all the vessels will have patrol cards, or certainly landing vehicles will need patrol cards, so that when they spawn it I can direct them towards the shore, and then they automatically load everything in, and then we'll create a little land group. I might then have the landing craft go off separately, and then just the land group on its own becomes its own little fleet, for want of a better word, that go around and attack the various land-based areas until they're no longer needed. Maybe with some battle cruiser support from the shoreline for long distance bombardment potentially. So we could bring in one of the land cruisers or the missile artillery for long distance support, something like that. But I like that idea. That could be interesting for the next stage. So yep, Atlantis spawned in vehicles, taking out a very large force without real issue. Looking good. No changes really needed to the Atlantis now. That seems to work. Repairs still a problem, but it wasn't a big issue in this case. I will have to tidy up the Sea Carrier, all of their spawned in vehicles, and get rid of lots of those. But otherwise, until next time, please leave comments below, as always. See what you think of land vehicles. What is next? They're going to be sort of like hovering, very low flying jet land vehicle type things. I might pull some off of the forum, but I'm going to build my own based on the ones that people have done in the forum, to be frankly honest. I haven't really experimented with them, so it's going to be fun to play with them. And they're just going to be built purely to take on these four or five zones. We might get some more against the Steel Striders, so we're going to have a look at how these work. I've got some ideas for having like an artillery units, which basically you put them in the place. Once they're in their place, they stop moving, and then they just fire big guns. And then you'll have some little light tanks which go around reasonably fast, not hellishly fast, but have a small cannon on them, or maybe some tow missiles, some laser guided missiles on them. Then we'll have the heavy tanks, which basically have a nice reasonably sized gun, but a high velocity gun on them, and then just blow things up. And an AA tank basically, which has some AA guns and a few AA based missiles. So yeah, looking at maybe 3 or 4 types of land vehicle to create a little group. They're all going to be small, under 1,000. Intention is under 1,000 per unit, but hopefully I think under 1,000 blocks per unit should be fine. We'll see how it goes. Design wise, comments have been said. Yes, I will try to be a little bit more design worthy. It's not my forte, design, but I will try to be a little bit more conscious of design as such in my efforts to make something for the game. Land vehicles, obviously we've got tanks, but I'm going to go for things from Total Annihilation, I think, tanks and things like that might be a bit of interesting, rather than going for modern day tanks. I think I'll look at something from one of the old style games and see what we can build up. But so yeah, comments on that would be a good idea. Any pictures or images for tanks to build would also be welcome. But until next time, keep playing, keep fighting, keep building, sending all of those ideas to me, but above all, have fun.